Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanyatrambake Devi Narayani Namostute. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita. Namastasya, Namastasya, Namastasya. Namo Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Shri Paramagurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 19th of October 2025. I want to offer my prostrations, Anandagoti Namaskara, Dandavat Pranam to all the great sages, Bhaktas, devotees present on the planet today, to all people in this world within whom Bhagavan exists, which is everybody, and to the Supreme Paramatma residing in all places, Jad Chid Mein Sab Mein Vyapak Jo Hai, Bhagavan. With that bhavana and prarthana, we're continuing to examine, by the grace of all the sages, Ashtang Yoga in connection with Prema Bhakti, Prem Lakshana Bhakti, and also in connection with the Jivan Mukta Sthiti. Jivan Mukta Sthiti means living, sustained state of living liberation. Please be very clear about what these words mean. Right? So Jivan Mukta Sthiti. Sthiti means continuous, uninterrupted state or stage, if you want to use that word, of living liberation. That is called Jivan Mukta Sthiti. That is our goal. That is the goal really of every human being, or can be, if you want it, if we want it. To get to that point by grace, because that happens by krupa. It doesn't happen just like that. It happens by grace, by daya, krupa, Bhagwan ki daya, Sant ki krupa. It happens for those who want that to happen. So we're continuing to look at various connecting points about how this actually occurs and the preparation for that realization. So along with the Jivan Mukta Sthiti, embedded within that, intersecting with that is Prema Bhakti. Absolute undivided love that just keeps growing and expanding beautifully. Now, Ashtang Yoga connection, we're looking at the Niyama section, the Niyama stage, which has 5 disciplines. That is Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyay, Ishwar, Pranidhan. These are 5. So there's Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. These are 8 limbs. In the second limb, there are 5 components or 5 specific developments in our life. So today we're going to start talking about, going to talk about Santhosh. What is Santhosh? The word Santhosh derives from 2 Sanskrit derivatives, that is Sam and Tosha. Sam means completeness or togetherness. Tosha means satisfaction, contentment, delight. So literally complete satisfaction, that is called Santosha. Kitni sundar baat hai. What a beautiful quality this is. Complete satisfaction, a fullness, inner fullness, fullness, a fullness that arises not from possession, but from perception. So in Santosh's talk is defined there by Patanjali in Yoga Sutras, the second section, the sutra number 42. From contentment, one attains unsurpassed happiness. Santoshat anuttamaha sukha labha. Santoshat anuttamaha sukha labha. That is the Sanskrit. How beautiful. Kitni sundar baat hai ye. जीवन में यही चाहिए. Who doesn't want? This is the real development in life, prem, love. Love is going to open when we have this quality. See, contentment. Now, contentment is not, meaning Santhosh is not a passive acceptance, but a method of liberation from suffering. It is an inner attitude that transforms every experience into an opportunity for equanimity. Let's be very clear about these points. Every life experience, we're talking to people, we're going to different places, we are interacting in multiple modalities of life. There are experiences. All of life is anubhav, experience. Every experience can be looked at with a inner attitude. So Santosha, it is a method actually. It is as a sadhana in the Ashtanga Yoga. It is a sadhana. It is a method of liberation, method of getting into the mukta state. But it is a method of liberation first from suffering. There's all kinds of suffering that is there in people's lives. All kinds. It's incredible. One of the doorways out of that suffering is this quality of santosha. Kitni sundar baat hai. It's so, wow. I mean, just to hear that word santosha, because it is an inner attitude. That change in the attitude from suffering and problems and discontentment and agitations and all those things into that beautiful attitude, vision that I want santosha, that I am satisfied. Satisfaction. It is an inner attitude that transforms the experiences. The experiences continue. Life mein kitne anubhav hote hain. Some things we like, some things we don't like. This just goes on and on and on and on. The whole thing just goes on. Every experience is transformed into an opportunity for equanimity. If you're taking notes, write this down. Santosha is such an extraordinary quality that it is an opportunity for equanimity, meaning the experiences of life are an opportunity for equanimity. Equanimity is sthita pragnata, sthirta, mansik sthirta, equanimity, steadiness, inner steadiness. And then from that steadiness, a broad vision opens to then decide how to interact in what way with the external world through the state of equanimity. Keeping a broad picture in mind and then interacting. And then deciding how to interact, what to interact. I hope this makes sense. If you have questions about it, ask me about it after, or you can ask me anytime if you want, but it's fine. In our morning satsang, you can interrupt anytime and you can make comments or questions. Please make sure, this is Sachin ki bahut prarthna hai aap sabke liye aur hamare liye bhi, Bhagwan ko prarthna hai, that these concepts should be very, absolutely clear. The more clear they are inside this mind, inside your minds, inside our minds, clarity of the concepts. What is meant by Santhosh? It should be absolutely clear. Not 99% clear. 100% it should be like, wow, I see what that is. And that's why we're going to try to understand it from multiple perspectives. What is Santosha? So that the conceptual clarity brims from within. And from that conceptual clarity, steps are taken to resonate with the quality, as we talked about a bit yesterday. Resonance, and in that resonance, that quality opens. That's what we want. We want Santosha to actually be there. And in that beautiful state, there is so much harmony, as we talked about yesterday's Angel Wing retreat. There's harmony, beautiful movement further. And in that quality, there is the development of bhakti. जीवन में जो संतोष नहीं आएगा तो भक्ति कैसी आएगी? किसको भक्ति आई है? How long that bhakti will last even? It won't last that much. You see, so this is why Patanjali Maharishi कितनी सुंदर बात करते हैं. संतोषः अनुत्तमः सुखलाभः. These are the sutras. ये योग सूत्र है. And this is, people think of yoga as just postures. We're going to talk about postures later on when we get to that. But this is, this is a part of yoga. Santosha is the cessation of psychological hunger. It is the antidote to that abhav buddhi called lack consciousness. Let's be clear about these 2 points. Psychological hunger. Always running after something. क्या है? ऐसे ही जीवन खलास कर देना है? To keep running. That doesn't mean we don't want to improve our lives or be successful in the material world. You can be, absolutely. But success through santosh. Not success through psychological hunger. Some people try to succeed that way. And they wind up causing a lot of misery for themselves and for others. Yes, success is necessary in academics, in school, in family life, in finance, in job, in career, in business, in every way, in health, and so in every way. Success is necessary. Success has to be there. In spirituality, in meditation, in every dimension. But that psychological hunger, particularly with that sense that this is missing, and people try to fulfill that all the time. You can turn it around by taking the shelter of Bhagavan. In the Sharanagati of Paramatma, Santosh is present. That Santosh doesn't mean lack of motivation. Santosh doesn't mean, I'm just not going to do anything now in life. That's not what that means. No, that's not Santosh. Santosh is an equilibrium. It's a very beautiful satisfaction. Sab mil gaye. How does that come about, by the way? The most straightforward way that even happens is by believing and taking 100% ashray of Bhagavan. And when we do that, we don't carry any burden. We have to perform our actions. We still have desires and other things like that. That is going on. There's no doubt about that. We still have all of that. But it doesn't mean that we are living in some kind of a discontented state. We are continuing to progress. We have, obviously, naturally, there's going to be desires in life. But the abhav buddhi, the lacking, that this is missing, that goes. So the desire, while desire propels ordinary life, the yogi or the yogin learns to neutralize craving through santosha, not by suppression, but by resting in the innate completeness of awareness. The innate completeness of the Atman. Everything is full. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Purnasthiti. That there's beautiful, full completeness. There's innate completeness. Natural completeness from within. In ordinary life, ichcha is present. Just going in because of cravings, wanting. But in Bhakti Yoga, in Jnana Yoga, the yogi, Ashtanga Yoga, learns to neutralize. The yogin learns to neutralize craving through santosh. Craving is neutralized through santosha. And santosha is developed through the attitude change by taking each experience and transforming it into an opportunity for equanimity. That is the sadhana. That is our sadhana for today, for this week, let's say even. Every experience is an opportunity to rebalance and move into sthita prajna state. Move into that equanimous state. So that is Santhosh. Now, Santhosh is not the satisfaction of desire. It is freedom from the tyranny of desire. See, I hope that difference is clear. When we are in a real state of Santosha, it is freedom from the tyranny or the tyranny of desire. Desire is overruling us all the time. No, that doesn't happen anymore. That's not going to happen anymore. Desires are going to be there, but they are going to come about that are in alignment with the Jivan Mukta Sthiti. थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिए इस पॉइंट पर. I'm telling myself first. इच्छा तो जीवन में अनेक प्रकार की आती है, ठीक है कि नहीं? It comes, doesn't it? इच्छा तो आएगी. But are the desires aligned with Jivan Mukta Sthiti and Prema Bhakti? The triangle, there's always a triangle. We're going to be talking about this triangle all the way through. Jivan Mukta Sthiti, Prema Lakshana Bhakti, and the third point, whichever quality we're looking at right now, it is Santosha. Is it aligning? Freedom from the tyranny of desire means that the bhakta is aligned with the will of God, with the divinity itself, divyata, and alignment with that sthiti, wo jo sthiti hai, living liberation ki jo sthiti hai, it is aligned with that. So the desires are aligned completely with that. We talked about that a bit yesterday, non-contradictory desires. Yes, when Santosha is there, that is inner freedom, that is inner equilibrium, that is inner harmony and harmony with the outside. That is Santosha. Adbhut baat hai sab. Santosha has two main functions: acceptance and gratitude. Svikar is acceptance. Kritagnyata. You have watched how that word is Krtaj, not Kritagnya. There's another way to pronounce that. That is gratitude. Kritasya bharata. Krita is in the Sanskrit. Krtajnata. I'll have to look up the Sanskrit of that specifically. Kritagnya. You have to be careful because it's not krutagnya. It is another, so this is gratitude. Acceptance and gratitude. Svikara is acceptance. What is acceptance? Recognizing reality as it is. Yatha bhuta jnana. Knowledge of things as they are. That is called recognizing reality as it is without projection or resistance. By God, you have thousands of students do dissertations on this concept, acceptance in life. Nahi hota जीवन में कितनी बड़ी बात है. But it's straightforward. We can understand the concept clearly and apply. Application में उतर जाना. Don't waste time telling myself. Recognize reality as it is. What reality are we recognizing? Our own reality. What is happening in the world outside, we recognize it, we study it, know it, what is happening. Yatha bhut jnana. Knowledge of things as they are. That is called yatha bhut jnana. Without projection or resistance. We project our own egotistical things many times on the situations. And we also resist. This is the witnessing consciousness. Be steady. This is inner harmony. So acceptance is one major facet, one major aspect or function. It is a function of Santosha. Actually, Santosha is a fantastic quality. When the quality opens up from inside, as it opens up, acceptance is our functional reality. Yes. Acceptance is a functional reality where projection from the inside and resistance from the inside is no longer occurring. This is called acceptance, svikar. And the second quality, the second function, dual function, is gratitude. A positive orientation of our psychological awareness towards what is is, rather than what is missing. Kya acha ho raha hai? What is present now? For example, gratitude for one's health. The body is functioning normally, functioning well for the most part. We can talk and we can see and we can do so many things. It's gratitude. It's an attitude of gratitude, right? So that gratitude is an orientation of the awareness towards what is. What is available right now? Kitni krupa hai Bhagwan ki? That brings santosha. Otherwise, people are living in this is missing, this is lacking, I need more, I need this. Jumping all the time. There's no satisfaction. That without that satisfaction, one cannot reach Jivan Mukta Sthiti or Nirvikalpa Samadhi or any kind of higher development in life. One is living in a state of internal hankering and poverty. These are great qualities. Gratitude transforms perception by valuing presence over absence. Please see these points carefully. Valuing presence over absence. Kitni sundarta hai, kitna saundarya is, such beauty in this. Presence. What is present now? Again, don't misunderstand. That doesn't mean we shouldn't progress further. We will. In fact, it is progressing. Real progress further in every area happens through acceptance and gratitude. Then the progress happens. Much, much, much further. Because the resistance inside has gone. That's why. So by valuing presence over absence, our psychological consciousness becomes expansive rather than contractive. Our life expands, our vision expands, our drishti expands, our acceptance overall expands. Interaction with other people reaches a state of zero conflict. किसी के साथ conflict ही नहीं रहती, बिल्कुल नहीं. Not at all, not with a single person. Because of the value of opening the quality by Guru Krupa into Santosha. That is Guru Krupa. Guru Krupa is always from inside. The outside gurus, the teachers, all of these concepts that is all Guru. Guru is what after all? Guru is the internal development of extraordinary beautiful qualities or the opening of those dormant qualities that are divine qualities, extraordinary qualities. They open from inside. That is Guru Krupa. That is Radhika Ji ki Krupa. That is Prema. But before that Prema, divine Prem dawns inside the heart. All these qualities open through Guru Krupa. That is why we do Namah Shivaya mantra. Why Shivji is important. Bhagwan Shankar is the guru of all the gurus. There's no doubt about that. Bhagwan Krishna is also the guru of all the gurus. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. And Bhagwan Shankar is the Adi Guru. Adi Yogi, right? As it is said. All the yogas come from Shivji, from Shankar Bhagwan. That's why all physical gurus in many sampradayas take good things from them. If you have a particular sampradaya, particular parampara, beautiful. Make sure that if you are going to be attached to a guru, the person is really highly evolved into the realization. Baki sabka adar karna, love all. Love all. And if you are convinced that one individual, one guru is 100% real, has 64 sant ke gun or ye sab qualities, pura hai ek mein, आप देख सकते हैं, and that you are sure, then there's a link personally with that particular Sadguru, particular manifested Guru. ऐसी इतनी श्रद्धा नहीं है, और that recognition is not there, or you cannot find such a person, don't worry. भगवान शंकर को गुरु बना देना, हनुमान जी को गुरु बना देना. It's perfectly alright. All these ideas are guru also. These ideas that we are all contemplating together in a non-hierarchical platform, those ideas are guru. If we hold on to it inside and we pray to Bhagwan Krishna, Radhika ji, Guru Parampara, great sages, and say, I want this quality, I want Santosha. Hey Prabhu, daya karo. Ask and you shall receive. Jesus has said that. Kitni sundar. It's like a Brahma Sutra in the New Testament. Ask and you shall receive. What are we asking for? What are we asking for? Can we ask God for this quality? In fact, we must ask God. भगवान के पास मांगना. Ask everything you want to ask. Don't hold back. Don't hold anything back. What is the point in holding anything back? Ask everything. Sakam bhakti, nishkam bhakti, जो भी है, जो भी मांगना है उनके पास मांगना. After asking for that, do take the right steps to develop these qualities. Then that is our duty. That is our duty. That this quality of Santosha, hey Prabhu, hey Paramatma, this is, you please, इसका बहुत भक्ति भाव से मांगना. When we touch the feet of Shri Krishna, Shri Radha, when we touch the feet of Guru Parampara, when we touch the feet of great sages, क्या मांगते? What are we wanting? We love, but love for them is one thing. You can ask for these qualities. Or that is what they want to really give us. In the Swaminarayan Sampradaya, we say this beautifully. Bhagwan na sant paase thi ekantik sthiti magvi. बड़े जो संत स्वामीनारायण संप्रदाय में है, अनेक संप्रदाय में एकांतिक स्थिति, धर्म, ज्ञान, वैराग्य, भक्ति. People write letters to gurus all the time with problems after problems after problems. ठीक है, मांगो. वो करुणा है, करुणा सिंधु. But when we ask for these divine qualities, that is what they really want to give us. वो देने के लिए आते हैं. Whether it's संत ज्ञानेश्वर, संत तुकाराम, जो महाराष्ट्र में जो संत परंपरा है, बंगाल में संत परंपरा है, साउथ में जो entire सनातन धर्म, गुजरात में संत परंपरा है, everywhere, राजस्थान में, everywhere, throughout the entire Sanatan Dharma, this is the glory, and it is now throughout the world. Sanatan Dharma is not restricted to the continent of India or anything. It is our life. We ourselves are that. If we are living this kind of life, that is Sanatan Dharma. That is realization of God. And we can live this life anywhere, wherever we are. Right? So, this is what we can ask. कि हे प्रभु, ये क्वालिटी बहुत महत्व की क्वालिटी है, संतोष. But it should be clearly understood that consciousness becomes expansive, meaning our psychological consciousness, not that Sat Chit Anand. That is already that doesn't expand or contract. वो तो अनंत है. But our psychological consciousness expands. In Vachanamrut Gadhara Madhya 23, भगवान स्वामी नारायण बहुत सुंदर बात करते हैं about the mind. He says that the mind is a ray of the Atma. जीवनी कई किरण छे. That the जीवात्मा, the आत्म तत्व is इतना tremendous वो तत्व है. That the mind is only one ray. Think of the sun that is shining. Just one ray of the sun is like the mind. So the expansion of the mind into the Atman is really what Santosha is all about. Then entire life becomes absolutely amazing. Each moment, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, it is lived in expansion, growth, and eventually वो जो ब्राह्मी स्थिति वो आ जाती है. Samatva, equanimity comes, clarity comes, there is love all around, then unbroken connection with Bhagavan begins to happen through Shraddha. Shraddha blossoms. It's a blossoming of Shraddha. All of this comes together. That is why this is called Ashtanga. Anga means one body. It's all one. You see, fantastic. Fantastic. That acceptance and gratitude. Think of it this way. Acceptance is the still lake. Lake. You have a beautiful lake or a beautiful pond, big lake. But a very still, sthir pani sthir ho gaya. Acceptance is like the still lake. And gratitude is the sunlight reflected upon it. You see the analogy? Acceptance is like the still lake, this quality from inside. Extremely steady. The steadiness, mind becomes, our inner world becomes absolutely still. Purna sthirta aati hai. Sthirta. I think that's a Gujarati, Hindi word both. I don't know about Marathi. Maybe I think in Marathi also. Steadiness. Total steadiness. And in that steadiness, gratitude shines. It's the sunlight that is shining. The sun is shining completely, beautifully, in the stillness of that lake. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Yes, thank you for forwarding that little quote there. And nothing right ever happens. Everything that is right, let's see, what is it? Everything that is right, we have to make it happen. And believe me, right things are not easy, and easy things are not always right. This is Gaur Gopal Das. So thank you for sending that. Absolutely, there's a lot of quotes and so many things about this that are so beautiful. But this is ye sthiti hai. Remember, without Santhosh, there's constant comparison with others. There's envy, jealousy. These things happen. With Santhosh, there's inner sufficiency. Absolutely fine. We are completely okay with ourselves. There's simplicity. Without Santhosh, when will I have this? Then, when I have this, then I'll be happy. If I get this, then I'll be happy. If I have this is without Santhosh. With Santhosh, happiness is available here and now. Without Santhosh, there's emotional reactivity. With Santhosh, there is evenness under gain and loss. Gain and loss. There's labha labho, jaya jayo. Like this is steadiness. Without Santhosh, there is the deficit consciousness. With Santhosh, there is the wholeness consciousness. Wholeness. और भगवान की भक्ति और शरणागति में से ये आता है. Completely connecting with Bhagwan, not as an escape, but through the quality. The quality needs to be understood, then you try to move into that through the 9 forms of devotion and to transform the manovritti into santosha. That is called wholeness consciousness. Without Santhosh, there's fatigue from striving. We get tired. Running here, running there. Constantly running to find happiness, we get fatigued, we get tired. With Santosha, there is calmness, self-renewing energy. So experientially, Santosha feels like soft spaciousness. Softness is there. Spaciousness, vast space. Not just getting excited to keep running here or there, but there is gentle presence. Not a harmful ambition, but there is shanti and peace. There is a whole energetic dimension also. The energetic principle is that the prana follows thought. Our prana gets stabilized. Prana is the life force. So restlessness disperses prana outward. Contentment consolidates it inward, producing stability, sthiti. That's the key. We want to reach Jivan Mukta sthiti. The stability inside holds. We get solidified inside. That stabilization of prana, pranic shakti. Shakti gets stabilized. Prana gets stabilized. Our breathing gets stabilized. Our loss of energy stops. Loss of unnecessary diversion stops. बहुत स्थिरता रहती है. अंतर में it is the more one is developed from inside, everything settles down. So in Ayurvedic terms, Santosha pacifies Rajasic agitation and Tamasic inertia, stabilizing Sattva, clarity and light. So Santosha is a quality to develop the Sattva gun further. Because that sattvic state allows us to go into the nirgun state, into the gunatit, गुणों से बाहर निकल जाने की बात है ये. गुणों से ऊपर की जो लेवल है, वहां जीवन मुक्त की स्थिति है. वो गुणों से ऊपर की लेवल है. So from Ayurvedic terminology, संतोषा ऐसा एक गुण है. Is such a quality, Santosha is such a quality that pacifies agitation, overreactivity. It pacifies the Rajasic agitation. Rajogun mein agitation bahut hota hai. And the Tamogun mein inertia, not doing anything, resistance, inertia. That the influence of Rajas and Tamas is eliminated by Santosha. And Sattva gun is stabilized. What is the result? The mind becomes a steady lamp. Deepa eva stita. Deepa eva stat. I'm not saying that right. It's actually chapter 4 of the Gita, verse 19. I have to look at the Sanskrit. This is just showing up as a translation here. Deepa eva sta. Staha. I have to check the verse actually. The mind becomes a steady lamp, unshaken by the winds of change. This is chapter 4 of the Gita. Yes, verse 19. Our mind becomes a steady lamp. This is Diwali. Right now Diwali time is going on, right? What is this Diwali all about? It's about this. It's about the ye jo sthiti hai, that we are a luminous light that is shining for all and for ourselves, that is unshaken by the winds, winds, by the winds of change. Changes are always going on. The internal, unshaken state, the steady lamp, sthirta, sthiti ki baat hai. It's the steadiness of the lamp that is not wavering even when there is winds going on, something like that. And that is the result of Sattva gun. Sattvic development has such a beautiful, beautiful result. Santosha is contentment with what is obtained without effort. Santosha is contentment with what is obtained without effort. Now what about with effort? We make efforts, but that effort is also through Santosha. This arises from happiness independent of external conditions. This is in the Yoga Bhasya written by Ved Vyasji. This is his quote. Santosha is contentment with what is obtained without effort. From this arises happiness independent of external conditions. Whatever comes, one is satisfied. Of course, we make efforts, but to make effort through contentment is what is implied. This is just my own interpretation on this. And Vachaspati Mishra, in one of his commentaries, has written, It is a satisfaction rooted in viveka, discernment, not laziness. The wise, content in all circumstances, remain untouched by sorrow. This is Vachaspati Mishra, one of the great commentators in Vedanta. Amazing, amazing. There's a lot more to be said. I'm going to spend tomorrow further on this. बहुत सुंदर बात है. This is all about realization. These ideas presented today, they are recorded. I'll try to load them later on today. That, look, in closing today's satsang, we can simply say that bring this quality inside. Don't move away from this. Bring that quality. Ask for this quality. Understand these points. Listen to this recording again. And bring it inside, day at a time. Wake up in the morning and say, this is the quality today. Aaj Santhoshi rakhna hai. Sthirta rakhni hai. These points that were discussed today, bring them inside. Ask the blessings from Radha and Krishna, from all the great sages, for these qualities. And जीवन धन्य बन जाता है, जीवन दिव्य बन जाता है, जीवन स्थिर बन जाता है, अलौकिक बन जाता है. And others are affected. One more point before we close. Others around us are deeply impacted by our own development or the quality developing in even one person. If a dark room is there, just one lamp is needed to bring light. Okay, let's stop for now. We're at 9:01. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Reva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanitrambake Devi Narayani Namosute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Om Radha Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Hrim Swaha.